exhilarating sports talk coming up next on The Doug Stewart Show in about 2 minutes. Stay tuned. We're about to have some fun. That's right, sports talk, guy talk, right here on The Doug Stewart Show. Show coming up in about a minute and a half. Hold on. You have entered a no puppet zone. That's right, no puppetry around here. The Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 1 minute. The realest, treeless, most unfiltered sports and guy talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 30 seconds. Yes!
Play this record as frequently as possible.
The Doug Stewart Show
is the best in the world as far as I'm concerned.
This is sports talk for the people. The Doug Stewart Show. It's like the tail wagging the dog. They create the narrative. Don't believe it. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Or are you not entertained? This is sports talk with hot sauce. Texas Pete hot sauce. The Doug Stewart Show. Yeah! What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. And this is a Man Talk Monday. And oh boy, we got a lot of great things planned for you today, as we do every single day. Good morning to the Stewies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, man, an incredible weekend in the world of sports and entertainment. We're going to talk about it all today. Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. Cassidy, bring that beat back for your boy one more time. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yes, sir. Where that scratch beat at? And thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. April 11th, 2016. We call it a Man Talk Monday. And a very eventful weekend, man. How you doing this morning? Good morning to all of the Stewies out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, man, thank you for tuning in. A lot of big things we're doing around here, man, and you finally found the show. What took you so long, man? Yeah. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, what took you so long, man? We have the best time around here. Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. A couple things you need to do if you're new to the show. You need to go to Spreaker.com, search and find the Doug Stewart Show. When you find it, click on the follow button. So whenever this show or any other show goes live, you will be alerted. All right, so make sure you do that. And then you need to hit the little chat bubble thingy. We absolutely have the best chat room in the world. And I'm not joking. We have the best chat room in the world. We do. Okay? So click in the chat room, create your little, handle, your avatar or whatever, and post a little cover photo or whatever. Jump into the chat room and post your chat, your thoughts on whatever we're talking about on the show. I call it the Fantasy Island of Sports and Guide Chat. That's what I call that room. And the people in the chat room, I call those people the Stewies. Good morning, Stewies. Yes, sir. So we talk sports, obviously. We talk sports. Doug Stewart, one half of the world-famous Two Live Stews. We talk sports. We talk entertainment, guy talk. Whatever dudes are talking about, we get into it. We do an entertainment report, talk a little bit about prevalent birthdays today. And you just have fun. A lot of music is intertwined in the show. I mean, it's the best 2 hours on sports and entertainment online that you can find anywhere in the world, all right? You can also call the show old school style, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We got the best studio audience in the business for the most part. Shut up. Try to give you some love, and this how you treat me? So despite that just now, we have the best studio audience in the business. And we also, we even sing. I forgot to mention that. I haven't mentioned it in a while. And I haven't had an opportunity to sing for the Stewies, man. We're going to try to change that very, very soon. Shut up! Shut up. Yeah, I've actually realized over the last couple of months that I've been blessed with the gift of singing. And I bless the listeners with the gift of song. And so every once in a while, I'll even sing, I rap, I do all of that stuff, man. I dance, not that it would matter because this is an audio platform, but I even dance and all of that in the studio, man, just so you can have a great time for 2 hours Monday through Friday, all right? Yes, sir. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. All right, so once again, today, obviously, we're going to talk about the Golden Warriors and what they did on yesterday. Jordan Spieth, man, Jordan Spieth chokes. I'm going to talk about it. I haven't heard anybody else use the term or the phrase, but Jordan Spieth, he actually chokes on yesterday. We'll talk about that. Johnny Manziel's got a new roommate. Manny Pacquiao calling it a career after a big weekend for him. The Clemson Tigers, man, are the team to beat. A lot of little stuff out there, man. You can give us a call, old school style, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I guess the biggest and probably the most, definitely the most sad story, or story from the weekend is probably a sad story. Will Smith, man, former New Orleans Saints defensive lineman, man, was shot to death in New Orleans this past weekend, man, after it appeared to be like some type of road rage type incident. Cardell Hayes, 28 years old, was arrested on a charge of second-degree murder. Shot Smith several times, killed him right there on the spot. His wife, Will Smith's wife, was wounded, shot a couple of times in the leg as well. It looks like she's going to survive. Just a tragic story. And Hayes, the shooter, his attorneys are already coming out and saying that Will Smith was the aggressor. I'm sure most of you heard about this story, but he was just leaving a restaurant, had dinner with his wife, and was on the way, I don't know where. But evidently, he bumped into the back of this guy in the Hummer, or the Hummer bumped into the back of him. Very unclear about that. And some type of chase ensued, and the guy, Hayes, got out, man, and one time I read the story and it said that he was shot in the back while still sitting in the car. So I don't understand exactly, all the details of it, man. But the shooter's attorney, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, has already come out and said that, it was, trying to lay the groundwork for self-defense. And that Will Smith was the aggressor, and they even mentioned something about him being intoxicated. So it's a horrible, horrible situation, man. Rest in peace to Will Smith, man. Good guy. We actually interviewed him, I'm going to guess like 10 years ago, when he first came into the league, coming out of college from Ohio State. We interviewed him at a Super Bowl. Real good guy, man, real mellow, real like kind of reserved, quiet. There's one of those situations where he sat with us between a break before we got back. We were just talking before we came back from break. and came on, man, just kind of quiet, reserved type dude, man. Rest in peace to Will Smith, man. Tragic. And you don't know, man, and I talked about this on social media this past weekend, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, on how I had an incident, man. This was probably like 20 years ago when I first moved to Atlanta. It was like the first year or two, and the reason I remember that is because I just had a real issue with the traffic here in the ATL. I mean, the traffic is so ridiculous, and I'm from a small town, and I'm not used to that type of stuff, man. And I'm in this big city, and on 285 where this whole thing went down, people drive very, very aggressive here in Atlanta. You know, I'm a country boy. I'm not used to this. So I remember now that I think about it, looking back at the situation, I remember like the first couple of years I was here, like I used to constantly get into road rage incidents with people on the highway. I used to cuss people out on a daily because they cut you off. Like I said, they drive very aggressive. And so this particular day, this dude cut me off on the top of 285. I'll never forget, it was right near the Roswell exit for my people that know ATL. And he cut me off, and so I pulled up beside him, and I'm down in my window, and I'm screaming at him, you know, you son of a bitch, this, that, and the other. How dare you? I'm mad as hell. And this is a daily occurrence with me. So we're driving, and I'm cussing, and I'm spitting, and dude just looks at me, as a white guy, too. Dude looks at me and just smiles, and he raises up, look like a 40 cal, and just, like, turns it towards me. And I immediately, like, hit on my brake. I'm like, oh, damn, man, damn. Needless to say, man, that was the last incident of road rage that I had. You know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. And it was kind of like a life lesson, man, because I'm telling you, at the point where I was going with screaming at everybody on the highway, man, and mad about everything, man, I would have probably had some type of crazy type incident like this, man. You got to be careful, man. Life is too fragile, man. You only got one life. You only got one life. And I don't know all of the details of this story, man. It sounds like a very unfortunate thing. Me and my wife were talking about it last night, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Think about that now. He had been, in effect, celebrating all day. Had just gone to dinner with his wife. I'm assuming maybe they were going home. You know, 1 minute you're having fun laughing. The next minute you get in some type of little accident, some type of minor accident. And the next minute you climbing Jacob's ladder. Think about that now. 1 second, jubilation. The next second, it's a wrap. It's a RAP. Life is very, 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 very fragile, man. Y'all be careful out there, man. It ain't worth it. After that little incident I told you about, man, I never, ever once again really took, you know, driving and people cutting me off serious. I just really just subdued all of my emotions about it because I'm like, it's no big deal. Somebody will get mad at me on the highway and I'll just look, you know, keep looking straight. I don't even look at them no more because it's just too serious out there, man. It's 2016. These cats are crazy, man. So rest in peace to the great Will Smith. Real good guy. All right, when we get back from the break, man, let's talk about the sports. The Warriors get it done, man. They tie the Bulls' 72-win record. We'll talk about them and what they have to do to pass it. It's a wrap for that as well. They're going to win it. They're going to do it. We'll talk more about what they did last night to the Spurs and what they got to do next this Wednesday against the Memphis Grizzlies. Sports talk, guy talk with hot sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. What is ID Life? Well, over the last 18 years, a group of scientists and doctors have been working on the development of a one-of-a-kind nutritional supplement program that takes all the guesswork out of what you need and delivers your truly personalized pharmaceutical-grade nutrition with your name on it directly to your door. Through the integration of thousands of medical and scientific studies, answers you provide to the free assessment, and more than 5,470 algorithms that process the data, ID Nutrition recommends what you need, leaves out what you don't, and blocks things known to the system to have possible adverse effects based on the answers you provide. The result is a program that is revolutionizing the health and wellness industry. Welcome to ID Life. For more information, just go to thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is Doug Stewart from the Two Live Stews here to tell you about the team at Strickland Security. Let's face it, the metro Atlanta area is a great place to live, but like most major cities, it has a crime problem. There's nothing more important than ensuring the safety of your family and your home. And for business owners, protecting your business is critical because it's your livelihood. Strickland Security can satisfy all of your security needs. The staff at Strickland Security has a combined 55 years of experience in the business of protecting people and property, from alarm systems to uniformed security guards and everything in between. Strickland Security has an affordable solution for you. To see a list of all their security services, visit their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075. Again, that's stricklandsecurity.com. If you're not Stewart, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy on this Man Talk Monday. I forgot to mention it in the first segment, man, or I didn't get a chance to mention it in the first segment, but today we've got my man John Fisher with the Bottom to the Top Show. That's right. Featuring the number one chief rocker, Vern from Jersey. That's right. At the top of the 12 o'clock hour Eastern time, man, the Bottom to the Top Show. They're going to do an interview with Kristaps Porzingis, or a facsimile thereof. Grandma Eunice is going to ride with those boys today. If you've never heard Grandma Eunice, trust me, comedy. Obviously, they'll talk sports. They'll talk some NBA stuff today. So make sure you check out the Bottom to the Top Show today with my man John Fisher cooking with the microwave and my man Vern from Jersey. I'm sorry, the number one chief rocker, Vern from Jersey. Today right here at 12 noon on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I'll get to some of your chat here in a second, but obviously the big sports story, what actually happened on the playing field or court, was the Golden State Warriors, man, tying the 95-96 Bulls with 72 wins in a season, beating the San Antonio Spurs, a team who they hadn't beat in San Antonio for 33 tries. They get it done last night, 92-86. On a Monday, you get the biggest ball award possible. Wow. Wow. I don't know if I never thought that record would be, matched or broken. I don't think so because, things happen. Teams, great teams come along, great players get together. But I never thought, a couple of years ago when the Golden State Warriors drafted Steph Curry and they drafted Klay Thompson, I never thought that this team would be this good and do the things that they've done and won championships, and Steph Curry's won MVPs. I never thought that in a million years. First of all, there's a stigma applied to the Golden State Warriors anyway, in my mind, because the Warriors have been so bad for so long. A lot of these young people, like young people under the age of like 5 or under the age of like 10, real small kids, they don't remember. The Golden State Warriors have been bad. They've been like one of the bottom-dwelling teams that I can remember over the last 40 years. They've had a couple of good years, obviously, when Webber was there. And Chris Mullins and those guys, they were decent, but they were never a threat to win a championship. So it's kind of tough for me to get past that in the first place and put the Golden State Warriors in a category of greatness. But to see what they've done, man, is incredible, man. They get a ball of water on a Monday. I don't know what more to say. They will pass, or they will claim the record for themselves this Wednesday when they take on the Memphis Grizzlies at home. Yeah. And listen, when was it? Was it Saturday night? It was Saturday night or Friday night. They took on Memphis at Memphis, and Memphis played the hell out of them. Really was in a position to even win this game late. But Golden State found a way to kick it into overdrive, and they ran away with the game. I think they won by like 10 points or whatever. But, I mean, Memphis played great, but they got to go to Oracle now. And it's a wrap. It's a RAP. Like, if Golden State loses this game at home to the Memphis Grizzlies, who are depleted right now, they don't have Marc Gasol, they don't have Mike Conley, they're struggling with injuries right now. If they were to lose this game and not claim the 72 or 73 game mark for a regular season in the NBA, it would be akin to Mike Tyson losing a boxing match to Buster Douglas. That's how big this is. And I haven't looked up what the odds are right now, what the point spread is. But I'm going to guess the spread is going to be like 12. And I'll pull that up during the break and find out exactly. Maybe somebody can post it in the chat room on Spreaker.com. But they should roll. They seem very, very focused. They seem very poised. They want this record. They want this record. And why wouldn't you want this record? I mean, everybody is really questioning the Golden State Warriors. How good of a team are they? Would they beat the 95 Bulls? I don't know about all of that. In my opinion, I think the Bulls would sweep. I agree with Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen never lied. But I don't know. You know, different eras, different styles. They play the game differently today. The game is officiated much different than when it was back there. I don't know. I know one thing. The Bulls was that team. And I think it would be a great thing in the minds of the Golden State players is if you have something concrete. You know, talking about can we beat the 95 Bulls is just talk. It's just barbershop talk. You'll never be able to make that happen, you know. But if they can point to their record and say, we won more games in one season than any NBA team in history. That's talking the 95 Bulls. That's talking the 87 Lakers. That's talking, the 85, 84 Boston Celtics. I mean, that says it all. You know, a lot of times I'll tell you that numbers lie, but a lot of times numbers tell the absolute truth. You know, numbers don't lie a lot of times. And in this particular case, if they've got a record of 73-9, there's not much that you can say to the bad to those guys, man. So congratulations on the Monday Ball Award to the Golden State Warriors. They got to win the ring, too. All right? They got to win the ring as well. They can't. Like, it's just going to be really a disappointment. It's going to be like hallowed stats if they don't get it done. All right? It's going to be very, very hollow. If they don't get it done where they win the NBA championship, all of this is going to go for naught. We're not going to remember this. We're going to remember the fact that they didn't get it done and win a championship. The Bulls won their championship, you know, when they went 72-10 or whatever. Golden State Warriors, they got to finish the drill. But you know what? I think that they will. I think the series finale or the series finals is going to have Golden State and going to have the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I can see this thing going to 7 games. But they will have the home court advantage. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to say it right now, weeks in advance before we even get there. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 7 in the NBA Finals. They win their second NBA championship in a row. What are your thoughts? All right? I'm on the record already. A month and a half, 2 months before the finals even come around. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We're going to talk about Jordan Spieth, man, and what happens to him this weekend in the Masters. Absolutely chokes, and yes, I'm going to use the word. I haven't seen anybody else in media use the term choke. But that's exactly what he did. I mean, to epic proportions. And a lot of cats have choked in golf. very notable choke jobs. Greg Norman had the Masters in like 96. He had the choke job where he was like, I think he was up like 6 strokes coming into Sunday and ends up shooting like a 78, something crazy like that, loses the Masters. Your boy Jordan Spieth, and we'll talk more about it in the next segment. I'll give you my thoughts on it. Your boy Jordan Spieth was up by 5 strokes at the turn. That's right, at the turn. We got to talk about that, man. An absolute choke job. He gets a bust on Monday. I'll talk more about it in the next segment. Let me read some of your messages here in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Thank you for all of the chat already. Yes, sir. My man Ron G says, I lived in the ATL for 5 years and had to move back to the Carolinas because the traffic was terrible. 1 hour for a 15-mile hike to work. Yeah, I talked about that earlier in the whole Will Smith thing, man. It was very depressing, man. I can't even put into words how depressing it was for a guy that comes from a small background, once again, that's able to go wherever he needs to go in 15 minutes. And I would be leaving from work trying to make it home, and something that if there was not traffic, it would take, once again, 15 minutes. An example I gave back when I was growing up in my home state of South Carolina. And it would take 15 minutes normally, but it would take an hour and 20 minutes because of this traffic. Oh, my gosh. I mean, it did something to my spirit. And once again, after looking back at it, man, I was screaming and cussing out people every single day, man, and it just wasn't healthy. And I could get it how you could get depressed, man, if you move to this city or any major city for that fact, man, and you always in traffic and cats blowing the horns at you and people driving very, very aggressive around you and you're not used to that. I mean, it's horrible. So I feel you, Ron G. From Jarvis J, I tell people you don't know who you talking to. Mofos will kill your ass out in them streets. And you're exactly right. This is a different day and time, man. You don't know who you running up on. I remember one time at the mall in Buckhead, at Lenox Mall. I'll never forget this. No, it wasn't at Lenox. It was at the other one, the real high sedity one. And I can't even remember the name of it right now. But you ever had a situation where you were fighting over a parking space? You know, you're parked right there, ready to go into this parking space. But because of the way the person backs out, they kind of block you. But somebody from the other side takes the opportunity to take the space. And oh my gosh, this happened to me. It was during the Christmas holidays. And I'm trying to park, and I'm sitting there waiting for this park. And this lady comes by, man, and just steals the space. When I tell you, I pulled up behind her and parked my car and jumped out and ran up to her window and started cussing out and tapping on the window. I could have been dead. You don't know. That chick could have had a gat. But that was before the incident I told y'all about on the highway where the dude pointed to, it appeared to be a 40 cal at me. But yeah, I'd never do anything like that again. I wouldn't. It's not even worth it, man. You think chicks don't carry gats around here in ATL? They do. It's just silly. That's not worth it. And once again, we got to get more details about this Will Smith thing. I see a lot of y'all in the chat room are saying there's something fishy about this whole story. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of coincidences about this story. Will Smith was actually at dinner with a policeman that had been sued. One of the officers that took part in a murder of the guy Hayes that killed Will Smith. His father was killed by a group of policemen, and all the policemen were brought up on charges. One of those policemen that were brought up on charges for killing Hayes' daddy, and it's very confusing, I'm trying to get it right, was actually having dinner with Will Smith early in the day, or was with Will Smith early in the day. So a lot of people are saying, man, there's some type of conspiracy type of stuff going on out there, and there's more to the story. I don't know. We're going to find out more about this story, man, but it's tragic to say the least. All right, don't go away. When we get back from the break, man, let's talk a little bit about Jordan Spieth, and I'll read your chat. This is a Man Talk Monday, sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell him, though, that I sent you. You got to tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7.
Right about now.
The world's heavyweight champion of sports and guy talk radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. You can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. In about 45 minutes, we got the birthdays and your entertainment report for today. NWA, man. Ninjas with attitude in the news, man. A big accomplishment this weekend is realized. We'll talk about that. A couple little birthdays out there as well. We'll do all of that at about 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. So, yeah, I was talking about Jordan Spieth and him collapsing in the Masters this past weekend. Which was absolutely incredible. The winner, actually, I guess we need to give him a baller. Danny Willett wins the Masters this weekend. Ball award to him. But I was talking about the collapse of Jordan Spieth, who was last year's Masters champion. He won the first 3 majors of the season. Didn't finish out, I think, on the PGA, the last one of the year. And this is kind of technical talk for people that don't really pay attention and follow golf, but let me try to put it in the best way I can for people to try to understand if you don't follow the sport. What Jordan Spieth did yesterday in giving up 5 strokes in the lead of a 5-stroke lead at the turn after 9 holes. The turn means after the first 9. After losing the lead and having a quadruple bogey, I think it was on hole 7, or it was on hole 12. Okay, he had a 7 on the hole. That's what it was. It was on hole 12, par 3. Losing that lead at that point in the tournament is almost like you being up by 35 points at halftime in a basketball game in the NBA. That's basically what it's like. 35, maybe even 40 points. And especially if you're a great player like Jordan Spieth is, the guy won 3 majors last year, for God's sake. I mean, he's the young lion. Under Armour has put all their marketing dollars behind this guy. This guy is a big deal. And to collapse like that, man, is unheard of. And I mentioned in the last segment, for my golfers out there, Greg Norman, a.k.a. the Shark, is always known for, the big choke job that he had back in the day. And I thought it was the Masters, and I got it right. For a few years during the mid-1990s, the Great White Shark was considered the best golfer in the world. This is from a Page 2 article from the Puppet Factory, ESPN. Yet he consistently fell apart during big majors. His most egregious choke job came in the 1996 Masters when Norman entered the final day with a 6-stroke lead over Nick Faldo. He ended up shooting a 78, while Faldo shot a 67 to win the green jacket by 5 strokes. That's a choke job? But I even think that this choke job right here with Jordan Spieth is even worse. And I haven't heard anybody talk about the fact that this guy choked it away yesterday. And a lot of times that's kind of like a taboo thing for sports people to talk about, to throw out there. It is what it is. And, I don't play the politics of a lot of these cats, man, on radio and TV. Jordan Spieth is a nice guy. He's a young guy, so we don't want to bash him too much. No, call it what it is. It is. We give him a credit. We give him a lot of credit whenever he does well and whenever he, is winning majors and winning tournaments, which is well-deserved. I think he's a fantastic young player. He's no Tiger Woods, but he's a fantastic young player. And yesterday, man, there's no other way to say it. He absolutely choked. And so today he gets a Buster of the day. He gets a Buster Award. Yeah. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. He definitely gets a Buster for today. He's not going to get, a Boiled Peanuts Award or anything like that. I don't know if y'all even going to nominate him. What, you're asking, what is the Boiled Peanuts? What's the Boiled Peanuts? The Boiled Peanuts Award goes out to the Buster of the Week in the world of sports and entertainment. We give the award out on Friday. So maybe y'all will nominate him for that. We'll find out on Friday with your Boiled Peanuts Award nominees. And it's a long story on how we even came up with that name. It's really a crazy story if you ask me. So I don't know. I'll talk more about that on Friday. Just continue to listen if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read some of your chat here on Spreaker.com from Rail Scott. He says, the older I get, the smarter I get. No more road rage. Can't go to jail. And he's exactly right in this whole Will Smith thing, man. And you're right. You're right, man. And I always talk about giving people second and third chances, young people especially, because if I know or if I knew back then what I know now, man, I would have done a lot of things different. But guess what? You're young, you're dumb, and you're full of you know what. You live and learn. There's not been more of a true statement ever than you live and you learn. And when I think back about it now, man, and how irate I used to get on the highways around here, man, I just say, damn, you was stupid, ninja. No, it doesn't make any sense, man. What's the point? And I know, man, a lot of times people just infuriate you, and it's tough just to step back out of yourself for a second and observe the situation and realize that it's not that serious. And if you're a young dude and you're listening to the show right now, just trust me on this, man. Trust me. You know what wisdom is? You acquire wisdom as you age. And I'm telling the 25-year-olds, the 20-year-olds that are listening to the Doug Stewart Show right now, just calm down, bruh. It's not even that serious. To the ladies that are listening as well, it's not even that serious, man. Life is too short. From Jeffrey 7, women carry guns, knives, and screwdrivers in their purse, too. Yeah, talking about how I blocked in this chick at the mall probably like 20 years ago as well. From Eugene Jackson, Doug, you have tickets to Kobe's last game and Warriors going for 73. Which do you attend? Okay, so he's saying, from Eugene Jackson, he says, Doug, you have tickets to Kobe's last game and the Warriors going for 73. Which do you attend? That might have been the dumbest question I've ever been asked in my life. Sir, you know I'm a Laker fan, man. You know I'm a Laker fan. Definitely Kobe's. I don't give a rat's ass about the Golden State Warriors. I mean, I respect them, but no. Kobe. This is a big deal, man. This is a big, big deal. The Bean is retiring. A very polarizing figure. Either you love him or you hate him. You know, there's really no in between. I absolutely love Kobe Bean Bryant. I don't know if he's the greatest guy off the court. He's done a lot of things to say that he isn't the best guy off the court. But I'm talking about as a basketball player. I'm talking about a guy that's helped the Lakers win 5 rings. That's what I'm talking about. And he's calling it a career. We're going to miss Kobe. A lot of y'all haters, y'all ain't got nothing to hate on no more. Think about how boring life is going to be without the Bean. Imagine how boring life is going to be without Vino, without the Black Mamba. You know? Y'all going to have to find somebody else to hate on now. Oh, but he told the police on Shaq. Man, let it go. Now, I've never denied that was horrible and that he'll probably never, ever, ever live that down, which deservingly so. I'm talking about the basketball. One of the best to ever do it. The second best basketball player that I've seen over the last 35 years, right behind MJ. A lot of y'all won't give him that credit. A lot of y'all want to give it to Tim Duncan or Shaq or somebody like that, who are great players in their own right. I'm not saying they aren't great players, but the Mamba, man, the Mamba was like that. They said something this morning on the Puppet Factory, and the Puppet Factory is ESPN for new listeners. They mentioned how Kobe, and a lot of the stuff that Kobe did, you forget. Kobe had 3 50-point games in a row at one point. Y'all remember that? This ninja scored over 50 points 3 games in a row. Are you freaking kidding me? And y'all don't want to show him love? The man went for 81 points in one game. The man had a 60-point game and didn't even play the fourth quarter. And y'all don't want to show Kobe no love? Make me feel like another West Coast guy, Snoop Dogg. Remember Snoop Dogg was at the Source Awards and they started booing his ass? And Snoop was like, what? The East Coast cats. This was doing the whole East Coast versus West Coast thing. Y'all don't got love for Snoop Dogg? What? Huh? Then F all of y'all. Y'all don't got love for Kobe? Come on, man. Bow down to something greater than yourself. Come on, man. Show love. You're going to miss the Mamba. Okay? There's some great players in the league right now. And I'm trying to think, is there anybody? Well, I guess maybe Steph Curry. You know, maybe at the end of his career, Steph Curry will be just as accomplished or more accomplished than the Mamba. I don't know. Best basketball player I've seen in the last 35, 40 years, man, outside of Michael Jordan, is Kobe Bryant. There you have it. I know y'all mad. I know y'all spitting right now wherever you're at in this great land of ours. But game recognized game, man. Don't hate, congratulate. Yes, sir. All right, when we get back from the break, man, Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao, big win this weekend, and actually calling it a career. Or is he? We'll talk about that. I'll read your chat. Matter of fact, we'll quickly talk about the Pacquiao thing. But what we're going to do next when we get back, man, is we're going to read chat. That's what we're going to do. All right? Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
As of 2015, the online dating industry is worth more than $2 billion, and it's still growing. The problem is social media. Dating is always difficult, and staying in a relationship is even harder. The number one dating disaster is being ignored while on a date because someone is twiffing. Twiffing is the act of using social media, and it makes you feel like a second fiddle to their smartphone. Social media is also a major factor in the increase in divorce. Twiffless is the first and only matchmaking dating app based on interests and social media usage. If you prefer someone who's online no more than 5 hours a day, you can select that. But if you prefer someone who spends less than an hour online, you can request that too. We use a Twithometer. It's an algorithm that compares the chemistry between individuals with emphasis on the time spent on social media. What are you waiting for? Another face-off with a smartphone? Go to Kickstarter and see Twifless, the dating app. You can back this project with a pledge as small as $5 and give as much as you want for a great and powerful idea that will help you find the love of your life. It's Twifless on Kickstarter.com. That's Twifless, Twifless on Kickstarter.com.
Protect yourself at all times. The referee issues that reminder because it's important to a fighter's safety and success. Doug Stewart here to tell you about the team at Strickland Security and remind you that living in the metro Atlanta area is sometimes like boxing. You've got to protect yourself at all times. There's nothing more important than ensuring the safety of your family and your home. And for business owners, protecting your business is critical because it's your livelihood. Strickland Security can satisfy all of your security needs. The staff at Strickland Security has a combined 55 years of experience protecting people and property, from alarm systems to uniformed security guards and everything in between. Strickland Security has an affordable solution for you. To see a list of all the security services they offer, visit their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call at 800-422-9075. Again, that's stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call at 800-422-9075. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. April 11th, 2016. Good morning to you. Or good afternoon, wherever you're at. I keep forgetting that, man. We got people that listen to this show all over the world. That's right. So wherever you're at, man, thank you for tuning in to the Doug Stewart Show. Don't forget at the top of the 12 o'clock hour, man, the bottom to the top show, my man John Fisher and Vern from Jersey, the number one chief rocker Vern from Jersey. So stay tuned for those guys, man. Going to be real hot today. They talked to Miss Eunice. Miss Eunice is going to come on the show. And Christopher Porzingis is going to be on their show as well, or a facsimile thereof. All right, so stay tuned for that today at 12 noon Eastern Time, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Unemployed? And grab a pen. Before I even tell you this, go ahead and grab a pen. If you got some issues with jobs and your income and all of that stuff, grab a pen. I got some great information for you right here. Unemployed, underemployed, or just plain stuck in a no-career, dead-end, non-sustainable job, you may qualify to receive a free grant for job training assistance. Call Gwen Pfister at 847-436-1898. Again, that's 847-436-1898, and let her show you how. She specializes in project management, programming, and other consultation specialty certifications that can lead you into the high 5 figures or even 6 figures career. Don't delay. You got that pen? I gave you the number a couple times. Call Gwen today. That number, once again, is 847-436-1898. Again, 847-436-1898. And make sure you tell her that I told you to call. All right? That's very important. Get your money right. Let me read some of your chat here, man, talking about tragedy in New Orleans, man, with Will Smith. The Warriors get it done. They tie the Bulls 95-96 team. Jordan Spieth absolutely chokes this weekend. We'll talk about Johnny Manziel, Manny Pacquiao here in a second, but let me read some of your messages here in the chat room on Spreaker.com. From who we said, from Ducking and Dodging, we said goodbye to good Kobe years ago. Kobe, he just went for 32 the other night. I mean, the man's old and decrepit. Can you cut him a break? Yes, we haven't seen the great Kobe Bryant for probably 3 years now, maybe 4 years even. But that's neither here nor there. Why don't you just remember the good times? Why you got to bring up old stuff about all of the injuries and all of the difficulties that he's had over the last couple of years? Just sit back, man, and just pay homage to greatness. Why can't you just pay homage to greatness, ducking and dodging? Damn, you don't even know what you want to do. You ducking and you dodging. From Cleota72, laugh out loud with all the social media and FaceTime apps. How does anyone get catfish these days? I have no idea. It took me a long time to understand the whole catfishing concept until I saw the TV show. But that really happens. That's the world we're living in 2016, where cats act like somebody else on social media. What was the linebacker's name for Notre Dame that got catfished and it was all over the news? Linebacker now for the San Diego Chargers. From K3000, 3 50-point games in a row, average 2.3 assists per. Ducking with you, Doug. I guess he agrees with me, my man K3000 in the chat room. From that ninja, Jeffrey Ray got the Boiled Penis Award last week. From Loose Neck, it's T-Doug's side. Expect Doug to announce there will be no show on the day of Kobe's last game. Man, shut up. Shut up. From K3000, 80 points, 2 assists, laughing my ass off. All love, Doug. Watch your pressure. But listen, the man, you can't expect the guy to get a bunch of assists when he scores 80 points, right? Are you trying to say there's something negative about the 81-point outing that Kobe had, my man K3000? Come on now, K3000. You're better than that. From Clay Superman Davis, he says, Chuchi, Africa is accused of child molesting a child. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, the Africa Bambaataa case. Also, Glenn Turman from a different world is accused of child molesting too. Damn. I don't know anything about Glenn Turman. Glenn Turman was the general on a different world. He was actually, if you want to go all the way back, he was Preach in Cooley High. You know, that dude, he's been in a ton of stuff. He actually had a role on The Wire as well. I don't know anything about that story. I got to read up on that. But, yeah, I read the story this past weekend. This guy in New York City came out and said that Africa Bambaataa, member of the world-famed Zulu Nation, one of the forefathers of hip-hop, is actually a child molester. I mean, he denies it, so I don't know any more than that. But the guy kind of gave like a testimony on videotape. It was very disappointing, man. It's very disappointing to hear. Now, once again, he's denying it. And I think like his advisors, Africa Bambaataa's advisors, are saying that he's going to have a sit-down with this guy, and they're going to, talk about this, and he's going to come on record and refute all of these charges or these accusations. So we'll keep our eyes on that, man. The great African Bambaataa, Planet Rock. I mean, when you think about hip-hop, like if you had to put away a time capsule of hip-hop, and some of the more bigger components of the genre from beginning to end, one of the first songs that I think you'd have to put into that time capsule would be Planet Rock. And that's all Africa Bambaataa, man. From Jarvis J. Chuchi, that's been a rumor around since the 80s. I guess they're still talking about Africa Bambaataa. From Miss Mocha, Miami Heat Bella, what Doug going to do? Light candles on the day of Kobe's last game? We might. From 9-0 the Wino, no interest in seeing Kobe go 2 for 20. Yeah. From Maceo Hurd Jr., he catching it, but I still wouldn't call it a choke. Are you talking about Jordan Spieth? I mean, that's exactly what you would call what Jordan Spieth did on yesterday. Maybe he's not talking about that. From K3000, ain't nothing more sobering than blacking out with road rage and waking up with a jammy in the face. I'm Eddie Murphy, the Prince Coming to America voice. Yes, Lord. Yeah. You got to be careful out there, man. From Clay Superman Davis, I'm watching the Mama's last game. I can see the Warriors play next week. We won't see Kobe after Wednesday. And that's very well put. That's the big thing about this. This is the last time you're going to see the Mamba suit up in an NBA uniform. He's only suited up in one uniform his entire career, which is an accomplishment in itself. 20 years, one uniform, one organization, greatness. Come on, man. I need y'all to expand y'all minds, free y'all minds, and y'all ass will follow. Come on, man. Respect Kobe, man. That's all I'm saying. Over the next couple of days, what I'm going to do, man, is try to implore you as sports fans to respect Kobe's greatness. The studio audience is on board. Thank you, studio audience. Come on. From that ninja, I play Maceo, but I'm a weekend hack, which all of us are. Jordan is a pro that made a dumbass decision, hence he should get destroyed for it like anybody else would. Yeah, and I said it earlier. A lot of this stuff, this industry, man, is all politics, the way they report stories. And Jordan Spieth is a young guy, and he's nice, and this, that, and the other. That's fine. He might be a great guy, unlike Kobe, to have a beer with. But I'm telling you, if you know anything about the sport of golf, you know this. I don't even have to say it. But for people that aren't familiar with the sport, he choked, okay? Hit 2 balls in the water. He chonked the second one, okay? These are golf-like terms or whatever. But he chunked the second one. Okay, he had a drop where he went further up, onto the course, had a drop and chunked it, hit it fat, pulled up a bunch of grass, of turf, and hit the ball like 20 yards in the water again. Pros don't do that. I do it all the time. But pros don't do that, okay? And especially when you look at the situation, there's no other term for it. And once again, this might be something that's just going to make him better going forward. This is one of those learning experiences. He's a young player. But what I'm telling you is yesterday, there's no other term for it, but he choked. And I haven't heard anybody calling it what it is except for your boy, Doug Stewart. From Maceo Hurd Jr., it says all mental. If he just lays up his second shot on 12, he pars the hole and wins his second green jacket in a row. I mean, it's a par 3, though. And it's a par 3. It's a layup. I think they said he was using a 9-iron. And cats hit their 9-iron about 140, maybe. I guess the pros maybe even a little bit longer, 150, 160. I hit my 9-iron about 140 yards. That's what it is from the very first stroke, is a layup. And a par 3, that's what makes it even worse. It was a par 3. And I know I'm kind of technical for people that don't play the sport, but a lot of you do. Okay? A lot of you do play the sport, and you know that never happens. Okay? 5-stroke lead at the turn? It's a wrap. They usually, if they could, they'd probably just cancel it and get a guy the damn trophy in those circumstances usually, because that's what happens. You go ahead and you finish the drill. You don't give up 5 strokes, especially at the Masters, where they were getting, at best, 2, 3 under for a great round this past weekend. And to give up 5 strokes, man, and to get a 7 on a par 3 is absolutely unheard of, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@dougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, it'll be hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Got to talk about Johnny Manziel. Got to talk about Manny Pacquiao a little bit. Entertainment, birthdays coming up. I mean, just fun. And I'll continue to read your chat because it's the People Show. Don't forget, 12 noon today. The bottom to the top show. My man John Fisher and Vern from Jersey. The number 1 chief rocker, Vern from Jersey. They're going to be cutting the fool, man. Miss Eunice, Christus Porzingis, or a facsimile thereof. So stay tuned for that. All right, hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Coming up. Get your hands off their dial, damn it. Get your hands off the dial. Get it off.
As of 2015, the online dating industry is worth more than $2 billion, and it's still growing. The problem is social media. Dating is always difficult, and staying in a relationship is even harder. The number one dating disaster is being ignored while on a date because someone is twiffing. Twiffing is the act of using social media, and it makes you feel like a second fiddle to their smartphone. Social media is also a major factor in the increase in divorce. Twiffless is the first and only matchmaking dating app based on interests and social media usage. If you prefer someone who's online no more than 5 hours a day, you can select that. But if you prefer someone who spends less than an hour online, you can request that too. We use a Twiffometer. It's an algorithm that compares the chemistry between individuals with emphasis on the time spent on social media. What are you waiting for? Another face-off with a smartphone? Go to Kickstarter and see Twiffless, the dating app. You can back this project with a pledge as small as $5 and give as much as you want for a great and powerful idea that will help you find the love of your life. It's Twiffless on Kickstarter.com. That's Twiffless, Twiffless on Kickstarter.com.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give them a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell them, though, that I sent you. You got to tell them that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, baby. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Y'all killing me in this chat room. Hey, man, we got the best chat room in America, man. I mean, the chat room is comedy in itself. Oh, my gosh. The hate and disdain for Kobe, man, you can cut it with a knife. Y'all better than this, man. Y'all are absolutely better than this. I'm telling y'all. Or maybe y'all not better than this. I have no clue. Damn. You know, one thing you can't say about Kobe, and I'm not going to stay on Kobe all day. I know a lot of you, it makes your skin crawl. But one thing you can't say about Kobe, man, is that he didn't give it everything that he had. I mean, the man literally laid it all on the line, night in and night out. He gave you 100% maximum effort every single night. And in this day and time of sports, man, that's something we should all sit back, man, and applaud. Thank you, studio audience. Right on cue. Nobody had more passion, love, work ethic, desire to be great than the Mamba. And as much as you might want to hate him, you probably can't even deny that. Like, who wanted to kill you more than the Mamba? The man got the name the Mamba for a reason, because he would absolutely strike. And he would kill you. Yeah, he'd kill you. He'd stick his fangs into you and try to kill you on the basketball court. Thus, the name the Mamba. You got to respect the man with the name the Mamba. Huh? Put all your petty differences to the side. The man's nickname is the Mamba. The most nasty, violent, despicable snake in the world. And y'all called him the Mamba. We called him the Mamba. Okay? The man left it all out there on the court, man. Well done, Kobe Bryant. Well done. See, around here, man, we grown folks. And we give credit where credit's due. You know? We call out cats when they need to be called out, unlike a lot of other places. But we also give credit where credit's due. Miss Mocha Bella, Miami Heat. Yeah, with the Miami Heat fan, Mocha Bella. For Miss Mocha. Oh, Kobe hating ass. Here we go, Doug, with the Kobe Reflection Show. No, it came up. It came up, and I'm not going to stay with it. I'm going to move on from it. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Speaking of which, man, we do a lot of big things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. We can interview you on the show, kind of like an infomercial type deal. We can promote you on social media. If you have a company, a business, a brand, or something you're trying to get out there, we do all these things to help you. Interview you on the show, promote you on social media, host or speak at your event, play your music on this show or other shows on the network. And the big thing that we're doing, man, is we are broadcasting other shows. We got some big things in the works, man, here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. We already got a couple of great shows, man. Kicking It with Kesey show, the Poe Politicking show, the Grizz, John Fisher's Cooking with the Microwave, the Bottom to the Top show. We got a lot of great shows, but we are in the talks right now, man, to add even more great programming, more great sports guide talk programming with an urban touch to it here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. So if you have a great show, great podcast, but you don't have a lot of listeners, that's where we can help. We have close to 11,000 followers to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, and it's growing every single day. I mean, we do what we do around here. We do it very, very good, okay? So if you'd like to join us, man, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I'll get you all the details on how it works. And let's go ahead, man. We trying to make history, baby. We're going to make history. We're going to make history. All right? From Clay Superman Davis. All I know is that Kobe and Jordan were great on the court, but asses off the court. I can agree to that. I can agree to that. I have no problem with that. That's a very, very true and honest statement. You know, a lot of what we heard about Michael Jordan off the court was he's an asshole, okay? And a lot of times to be the best, you got to be an asshole. A lot of times people aren't going to get you. You're not going to understand, some of the greatest and some of the things that they do and some of their ways. That's what makes them different. That's what makes them the best. That's what makes them unique. That's what kind of gives them their edge, all right? Is arrogance and feeling like that they're the best. Now, they put in all the work to be the best. A lot of it's God-given, but a lot of it's hard work. And you can't tell me Kobe Bryant didn't work, man. You can't tell me that. From Stagger Lee, Kobe told on me right before I logged on. Ah, damn. From Loose Neck, it's the Doug Sigh. Kobe snitched on himself. He robs banks and writes Kobe did it on the wall. Yeah, exactly. I think you're trying to be facetious, and you're actually being sarcastic as well. And you're actually a fan, and you're buying into what I'm saying about Kobe Bryant. I believe that's the case. From KC, Mambas have been known to snitch on rattlesnakes. It's actually kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny, man, to hear y'all talk about Kobe and all of the snitching stuff. It's funny. It's actually funny to me now at this point, man. It's so overdone that whenever I read these comments and these quick little Things that y'all throw out there about Kobe snitching, snaggily. Kobe snitched on me before I logged on. It's actually kind of funny, man. From K3000, I forgave Kobe when he apologized to Shaq. No hate here. And even when I ain't like his snitching ass, I still respected that Mickey Ficky's game. Baller for sure. Yeah. And here's the thing about it, man. Shaq even forgave him. They're cool now. And he was very, very young, very reminiscent of the whole D'Angelo Russell thing. But D'Angelo's whole thing is even worse than Kobe's. Kobe didn't expect the police to go and tattletale on him. He tattletale on Shaq, but he didn't expect the police to tattletale on him. So it backfired on his ass. From Clay Superman Davis Cuddy, you telling the truth. The Kobe snitch, it was secondhand. Nobody would have known if the press didn't release the transcripts. Exactly. And not only that, the comments that he made about Shaq weren't even on the record. From what I remember, the way the story went, that was just like a side little thing that he threw out there to the police off the record. It wasn't in the questioning at the police station. Oh, that wasn't part of it. No, he said that as kind of like an off-cuff comment to the police, trying to get out of the situation from the very beginning. He couldn't have expected that to have been reported. Come on, man. Why are we talking about this? This is like 15 years old, man. Manny Pacquiao got it done, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I need to talk about this before I forget, before we get into all of this Kobe talk and entertainment coming up here in a minute. Pacquiao, man, is calling it a career after his his decisive win over Timothy Bradley this past weekend. He says at this point, man, he feels like it's a career. He also mentioned that he's got to go home and think about it a little bit. But he says as of now, he's retired. Wants to spend more time with his family. Tremendous career, phenomenal career, one of the best boxers to ever do it. A lot of question about, him and weight classes and HGH and all that type of stuff, man. And I don't want to bring that up in a monumental time like this, but it's out there. Just reading over the stuff, man, and this is the big thing. If you're not a boxing fan, you don't get, why there's been a lot of controversy about Manny Pacquiao. He started out at 106, I believe. It was either 104 or 106. And has been fighting at like 146, sometimes in his career. It's a lot of weight to pick up, man, in boxing and still have your quickness. You can pick that weight up, but to still be as quick, not only as quick, but faster than you were when you were like 50 pounds lighter, very, very suspect. But that's neither here nor there. Today is a monumentous occasion. I'm a fan of Manny Pacquiao. He ain't nowhere in the same class as Floyd Mayweather Jr., as evidenced in their fight that they had this past year or last year. But he was a great little boxer, man. He did good stuff, man. So congratulations to Manny Pacquiao. Ball award on Monday, beating Timothy Bradley. Knocked him down a couple of times. I actually didn't see the fight. Very tired. I didn't even talk about that. Very tired after being at the track all day Saturday. So I actually came home. Man, and just laid it down. Didn't go out anywhere and watch the fight. I damn sure wasn't paying no money to see it. I'll see it this week on the replay on HBO or something like that. But, yeah, he calls it a career. We'll see. And I've said this before. I don't even think that that a rematch between him and Floyd would garner that much attention as it did the first time around. He's lost a step or two. Clearly not the draw that he was before he got destroyed by Floyd Mayweather Jr. So I don't know. I think a bigger fight would be Floyd and Adrian Bronner. I don't know if any of them are going to happen, but I can see it. I can see Floyd and his boy Adrian Bronner tricking us all and getting everybody to pay for a pay-per-view fight where they make $1 gazillion. I think that would be more intriguing to boxing fans than seeing Floyd dominate Pacquiao again. I don't know. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back, some birthdays, a little bit of entertainment news. NWA doing it real Big Wooly style. I mean real Big Wooly style. And I did say Wooly with a U, not an I. Low country, baby. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show coming back in 3 minutes. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. So I mentioned briefly my daughter's track meet this weekend. She had a good day. She didn't have as good of a day as she did a couple of weeks ago, but she had a good day. Conditions out there were just horrific. If you were out Saturday, man, it was cold as ish. Wind was blowing, so she came off like 0.4 of a second off of her PR for the 100. And she also came off a little bit off her PR for the 4x100, or not the 4x100, the 100-meter hurdles, which she's been doing. She did very good, came in second in the 200-meter hurdles. So she had a great day, man. Not her best, but she had a great day. It was cold as a Mickey Ficky out there. I mean, cold as a Mickey Ficky. Not many birthdays today. As a matter of fact, there's only one of note that I'm going to talk about, and you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. The Doug Stewart Show is brought to you by Strickland Security. If you need a new alarm system, starting at just $15 a month, if you need to get your alarm system fixed, my folks at Strickland Security got you. They've got over 55 years combined experience in the business. Good people. They're not going to try to upsell you. They have some community watch programs that they can hip you on. So if you need an alarm system, man, holler at my folks. Patronize my folks at Strickland Security, all right? Go online and check them out at stricklandsecurity.com. That's stricklandsecurity.com. But you got to tell them I sent you. It's very important. That's very important. stricklandsecurity.com. Celebrating his 42nd birthday today is rapper, quasi-actor, and now big-time activist, man, David Banner turns 42 years old today. Man, David Banner, man, he's been all over the place, man, with social and political commentary about what's going on in this country, Black Lives Matter, and, giving a voice, really, to the hip-hop generation of today. So my man David Banner, big ups to him. I remember I told y'all about I played in a celebrity baseball or softball game with Sierra back in the day. In that same game, David Banner was in it as well. Real good dude. And I told the story, we rode a bus from one part of the city, the parking lot, wherever they told us to meet at, to the actual field. And sitting right by me on this bus was Sierra, fine as all white wine. And like a couple of rows up was David Banner. David Banner's a big dude. David Banner played in the band in college, I believe. I'm 100% sure. I think I'm sure about that. But he played in the band at Jackson State. But David Banner looked like he should have been on somebody's football team, man. That dude he's a well put together dude. So happy birthday to the great David Banner, man. Not so much of a rapper these days, more of an activist. And also this weekend, man, rap's bad boys of rap, the bad boys of the West Coast, man, celebrated a big, big, big honor.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
That's right. NWA entered the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Friday with a groundbreaking quintet that reflected the rough streets of L.A. in a style known as gangster rap. Definitely refuting those who suggested that rap was just a fad. You remember Gene Simmons actually came out a couple of years ago from Kiss and said that rap is dying and the hip-hop is just a passing fad. They've been saying hip-hop's been a passing fad for the last 35 years. I mean, really. Really. And when you see groups like Run DMC and now NWA, and I'm sure there's been a couple of other groups in the past that have made it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from hip-hop, from the hip-hop genre, you just really need to stop, man. Hip-hop is here to stay. I don't like the sound of hip-hop today, of a lot of the young artists that are out there right now. There's a couple out there that are very good, but hip-hop ain't going nowhere. It's too much money. Too much money. I mean, it's making too many dollars. So if you one of them cats out there still in 2016 saying hip-hop is just a fad, a passing fad, go and laguck some goo, because you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. Hey, the number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. Let me read more of your chat here on the Doug Stewart Show and on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. From the 47 Problem, David Banner in a community gathering, so I decided to pull up some of his music, and no, that ish is garbage. Glad he's an activist now. Now, David Banner had a couple of hits. I can't really sit here and tell you that I know a lot of David Banner's music, but he had a couple of hits, and I don't remember which ones right now. But he had a couple of hits when he first came out. From Sandman, well, put it like this. Nobody 160 pounds is going to beat GGG. If you know somebody who would, let me know. No, I don't believe so. That kid right now is on fire. He's definitely the big name in that weight class. From Vince Wright, the Big Smooth, also say goodbye to the big ticket Kevin Garnett. Basically has played about 5 minutes in almost 2 seasons back with us here in Minnesota, but we love him. I read a story the other day that Minnesota actually wants Kevin Garnett to come back and play another year. That's why you haven't seen like a big retirement tour for Kevin Garnett. Now, clearly, he can't play. He's not a starter in the NBA anymore, but they're real big on KG being around that organization and showing the young guys how it's done, showing Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins how it's done. And it seems to be working. If you haven't been paying attention, the Minnesota Timberwolves have put it together over the last 2-3 weeks. Some big-time wins over the last couple of weeks. Obviously, the big win, I think they beat Golden State. I think they're one of the teams that beat Golden State. So, man, KG coming back another year, and I think it'll be his 21st year. Or did he come out a different year than Kobe? This is Kobe's 20th year. I think this year, right now, I think this might be Garnett's 19th year. And Big Vince, you can tell me, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But, yeah, I actually read a story a couple of days ago where it said that the Timberwolves want to get Garnett to re-sign. You haven't seen, if anybody deserves one of these retirement tour type things, like Magic Johnson had when he retired, like all of the greats, they have it. You remember when Jordan retired. Every place they go, they get awards and they get gifts and, they get motorcycles. They give Karl Malone a motorcycle or whatever. You haven't heard any of that for Kevin Garnett. And that's because it's kind of like, still out there that he may come back another year. We will see. I ain't mad at him. If he's going to sit on the bench and get paid to be an NBA player, I mean, why not? Why not? From Vince Wright, he says 22 years in the league. Wow. That's right. He came out before Kobe. It's been so damn long, it's kind of, it starts to all, gel together. But 22 years for Kevin Garnett. That's right. He came out before Kobe, my man Dobby says. Right now, this is KG's 21st year. Next year will be his 22nd year. And, yeah, maybe he should come back just for the retirement tour thing. He deserves it. You talk about top 5 power forwards of all times. KG was kind of like a hybrid, kind of like a new jack power forward. But before KG, and I'm trying to think if I can think of anybody else. George Gervin played small forward, I believe. Before Kevin Garnett, power forwards were just that. They were power forwards. They were big, hulking guys. Karl Malone, Charles Barkley types, big, strong dudes. Kevin Garnett came in. He was powerful down in the paint, but Kevin Garnett really had a great mid-range jump shot. He could shoot out. He could handle the ball. He was so skinny that he handled the ball as well, and played the game a little bit more away from the basket. So that's kind of like his legacy to the game. And now you see everybody is a quote-unquote stretch 4. I think maybe Kevin Garnett is that first stretch 4 guy. Dirk Nowitzki and those guys came after him, and Dirk obviously had a better jump shot and could shoot from long range better than KG. But maybe that term stretch 4 starts with Kevin Garnett. Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong about that? Let's talk about it on the chat room on Spreaker.com. So tremendous career. Obviously, I'm a big fan. He's from the state of South Carolina, man. I remember that dude when he played in the McDonald's All-American game. Kevin Garnett probably had 10 dunks in the McDonald's All-American game. I was like, who is this ninja? I mean, just bananas. Phenomenal player, man. And if he does retire, man, well done. But I'm thinking he might come back for another year. We'll keep our eyes on that. All right. When we get back from the break, quickly, we'll talk about Johnny Manziel. He got a new roommate. And I'll read more of your chat, man. Clemson Tigers have their spring game this past weekend. Deshaun Watson, baby. Just give him the Heisman right now. Ooh, I forgot about the McCaffrey kid. There's a couple of dudes coming back. Fournette's coming back. We'll talk about the Clemson Tigers, man. Their spring game this weekend. Their all-world quarterback, Deshaun Watson. I'll read more of your chat. This is what we do. Man Talk Monday. Ballers and Busters. This is the Doug Stewart Show. What is ID Life? Well, over the last 18 years, a group of scientists and doctors have been working on the development of a one-of-a-kind nutritional supplement program that takes all the guesswork out of what you need and delivers your truly personalized pharmaceutical-grade nutrition with your name on it directly to your door. Through the integration of thousands of medical and scientific studies, answers you provide to the free assessment, and more than 5,470 algorithms that process the data, ID Nutrition recommends what you need, leaves out what you don't, and blocks things known to the system to have possible adverse effects based on the answers you provide. The result is a program that is revolutionizing the health and wellness industry. Welcome to ID Life. For more information, just go to thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BV Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bvmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bvmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is Doug Stewart from the 2 Live Stews here to tell you about the team at Strickland Security. Let's face it, the metro Atlanta area is a great place to live, but like most major cities, it has a crime problem. There's nothing more important than ensuring the safety of your family and your home. And for business owners, protecting your business is critical because it's your livelihood. Strickland Security can satisfy all of your security needs. The staff at Strickland Security has a combined 55 years of experience in the business of protecting people and property, from alarm systems to uniformed security guards and everything in between. Strickland Security has an affordable solution for you. To see a list of all their security services, visit their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075. Again, that's stricklandsecurity.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. The top of the hour, man, in about 30 minutes, man. The Bottom to the Top show featuring my man John Fisher and Vern from Jersey. I'm sorry, the number one Chief Rock of Vern from Jersey. 2-hour show today, man, so stay tuned. You don't even have to log out today. Just stay tuned to the Doug Stewart Show and to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. And right after my show, the Bottom to the Top show, they're going to be cutting the fool. They're going to talk to Miss Eunice. Eunice is definitely an old person's name. If you want to, you can't get a more exact name for an old black lady than Eunice. I only know one Eunice in my life. We call her Miss Eunice as well. She actually drove my bus, went to my church when I was growing up. She's still alive. She's like 85 years old. So Eunice is definitely an old school name. And so Miss Eunice calls the Bottom to the Top show today, so stay tuned for that. You don't have to log out or anything. Just stay tuned to Stewart Media and Entertainment. Let me read some of your chat here. Thank you for the chat. Let me read some of your chat here on Spreaker.com. Right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. What do we got here? We got a little glitches right here. There we go. From my man, Mr. Sports Swag. Damn, that's a cool name, Mr. Sports Swag. He said, I'd say stretch 4 started with Dirk as well. Okay, you're saying as well, so someone else has said that. Let me think about that for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. In the last segment we were talking about before we went to break, we were talking about Kevin Garnett. And I said maybe the stretch 4 term came from Kevin Garnett. But y'all are saying Dirk Nowitzki. I mentioned Dirk as well, but I think I said maybe it started with KG. Y'all might be right. And the reason why, it's obvious, because stretch, you're talking about, I guess the term means, more away from the basket. And, yeah, Kevin Garnett was away from the basket, but Dirk Nowitzki was way away from the basket, shooting three-pointers at a high rate. So you might be right. It might have been Dirk Nowitzki that whole term stretch 4 came from. Kevin Garnett was away from the basket, but Dirk was way away from the basket. So, yeah, that's probably it. From the Kicking It With Kesey show, Kevin McHale may have been stretched before them. He may have been, and I don't remember McHale shooting threes at all. Hell, they probably just had the three-point line a couple of years when McHale played in the league. But the thing about McHale is not that he wasn't a stretch four, but I don't think the term was used during that era. It was definitely with Dirk or with KG. Like that term stretch four, meaning a power forward that played away from the basket and shot primarily jump shots and had, a game sort of like a guard. That's another thing about Dirk and KG that makes them into a quote-unquote stretch four, is that they handle the ball like guards, to a degree, not like a point guard or anything like that. So, yeah, I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe it was, somebody says Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins used to shoot that 3-2 now. But once again, just like the example made about McHale, the term wasn't used back then. He may have been one of the original stretch fours, but that term was not used back then for Sam Perkins and for Kevin McHale. I get what you're saying, though. From Loose Neck, it's the Doug side. No four has the range Dirk has. I'll agree with that. I'm trying to think right now. Is there another four that has the range that Dirk Nowitzki has? Can't think of anybody right now off the top of my head. Clay Superman Davis. Ninja, you right about Sheed, but I'm giving that stretch to Robert Horry. Robert Horry wasn't a four, though. Robert Horry was a three. Or am I wrong about that? Robert Horry didn't play the four. No. I'm not giving you that. But you just brought up another name. Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace used to shoot that 3-2 at 6'11". Okay, he played to get away from the basket. Rasheed wasn't a 3. He was damn near 7 foot. So Rasheed had to be a 4. Wow, y'all gonna make me go out and do a homework assignment today. It might have been Rasheed. Yeah. From Corey, he says McHale is known for the post, though. He had great footwork. Yeah, Corey, you might be new to the show. I've always, whenever we talk about the holy grail of power forwards, I got 3 guys: Moses Malone, Kevin McHale, and Akeem Olajuwon. That's the holy grail of low post moves, killing your ass down the blocks as far as down in the paint. And McHale was that dude. That's why it's always been a mystery to me, as much affiliation as your boy Dwight Howard has had and working with and under Kevin McHale as a coach, why he hadn't, gotten better in the blocks. You would think that Kevin McHale would pull him in the gym and say, listen here, boy, this is what I used to do back in my day. Dwight Howard doesn't have half the game that Kevin McHale had, man. And Kevin McHale, I believe, was never even a starter. He may have started a couple of games, but McHale primarily came off the bench and is a Hall of Famer. That's how deadly McHale was around the basket, sir. Talk about it all the time. From JY3, old white lady names, Gertrude. I got an aunt named Gertrude, though. Prudhomme. I've never heard of a person being named Prudhomme. And Lovey. Lovey is just, Mrs. Howell on Gilligan. You've never met another person named Lovey, sir. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I talked about it earlier. You can't get another black or old person named than Eunice. Old people, old school, black lady names, Eunice, Bernice. Ricky Smiley calls Lady Miss Bernice. Yeah, you don't get, let me think of any other old school, old black lady names. Eunice, Bernice, Esther. You don't meet too many Esthers around in 2016. And these names, these names are all, they're kind of like, they're kind of like a fashion or a fad type thing. There were a lot of women named at one particular time. When I was growing up, there were a lot of girls named like Peggy and Patricia. That type of name. You don't hear kids name that anymore. When my daughter Brianna was born, and she's like 21 right now. I should know her age. But when she was born, there were a lot of kids being named. The popular name during that time was Brianna, okay? And her name is Brianna Stewart. You saw the Brianna Stewart that plays for UConn. So they come in, they're like a fad type thing as far as names. But that's a perfect name for Miss Eunice. Perfect name for Miss Eunice, the character that's going to call today on the Bottom to the Top show. From that ninja. If that's the case, you could call Rasheed Wallace a stretch four. Yeah, we just talked about it. I guess maybe that's where the conversation started about Rasheed Wallace. Yeah, Rasheed is probably the first guy, because I do believe Rasheed was in the league before Dirk. And then we also saw Rasheed's game, when he was at North Carolina before we saw Dirk's as well. But Rasheed was that first guy that I can remember that was damn near 7 foot, that could handle a ball, and that could go out and hit some three-pointers on your ass as well. Not some, a lot. Maybe even before him. I mean, this guy, you guys are very good at this. This is very good. This is a very good, experiment we're doing here right now. Because, yeah, you even go back before Rasheed, it probably was Sam Perkins. And Sam Perkins started shooting threes. I don't remember Perkins shooting threes at the beginning part of his career. But I do remember Sam Perkins, because he wasn't that agile. Sam Perkins could barely get up and down the court, if you ask me, at the end of his career especially. But he shot a lot of threes. I remember he played for the Lakers at the end of his career, and he shot a lot of threes at 7 foot tall. The Big Smooth, I think is what they called him back in the day. The Big Smooth could shoot it, man. And so he probably was the first stretch four. Then probably next was Rasheed. They didn't call them stretch fours at that time. And then Dirk Nowitzki probably got the term stretch four. He was probably the first person to get that name. Kevin Garnett to a lesser degree, because he didn't quote-unquote shoot threes or whatever. So, yeah, very interesting stuff. From RC, Derek Coleman could also handle the rock and hit the three. I remember Derek Coleman being more of a power forward in the NBA, in the traditional sense of the word, of the term. From 47 Problem, all these ladies lived in my community. Oh, Hattie. Hattie is definitely an old school black lady name. Miss Hattie, Miss Mary, Miss Ruth. Ruth is definitely an old school name. Miss Ethel May. Ethel May is definitely an old school name. Yes, sir. You can't do any better than Eunice and Bernice, but Miss Ethel is right there on par with them. That's right. That's the holy grail of old black lady names. Miss Bernice, Miss Eunice, and Miss Ethel. Miss Ethel, yeah. Definitely. From Clay Superman David, she came in the league in 95 while Dirk came in the league in 98. That's right. From T-Dub, Doug, I can't believe you left out Horace Grant as a stretch four. But Horace Grant, when we really talked too much about this, but Horace Grant, I don't remember Horace Grant shooting threes. That's the difference. I think the definition of a stretch four is a guy that, because of his size, they have him listed as power forward, but he plays the game more like a two guard. And he can shoot the three. Like, you have to have all of those qualities to be considered a stretch four. Horace Grant didn't shoot threes from what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't think I am, but maybe I am. And so, yeah, I wouldn't put Horace Grant in that. Yeah. Sam Perkins, Rasheed, Dirk Nowitzki. That's stretch four. Those are stretch fours. All right, when we get back from the break, man went back on me. Hattie May. When we get back from the break, we'll wrap up today's show, man. Don't forget, in about 15 minutes, man, the Bottom to the Shop show, the Bottom to the Top show. My man Vern from Jersey, as well as John Fisher. So stay tuned. You don't even have to log out today. We got you all covered. Just stay tuned to Stewart Media and Entertainment. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show, back in 3 minutes. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. He got them tickets. I'm telling you. Boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway. He's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you. Smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give them a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell them, though, that I sent you. You got to tell them that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. So every time I hear this song, I think about my days on the yard. This Chubb Rock song came out in the early 90s. This was kind of like the Bruz theme song. Yes, sir. Shouts out to the great Chubb Rock. He lives in Atlanta now and works on one of the local radio stations. Shouts out to the great Chubb Rock, man. Y'all heard this story about Johnny Manziel moving in with Von Miller? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, who thought this was a good idea? Seriously. You know, we can't value anything that Johnny Manziel says, so it needed to have come from someone else. Did Von Miller, a guy who's been suspended in the NFL for substance abuse problems already, did he think it was a good idea to take on Johnny Manziel, a.k.a. Johnny Football, as a roommate in L.A.? Johnny Manziel, in a quick little interview with TMZ, says, I'm living out here with my guy Von Miller. Everybody knows Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP. Von Miller, my brother. I'm living with him right now. He told TMZ on Saturday. Now, you know, Johnny Manziel and Gary Kubiak both went to Texas A&M, so I guess there's some type of affinity for him because of that. Kubiak, the head coach of the Denver Broncos, there's been some talk about them signing Manziel to be their quarterback. I don't know, man. I mean, you know me, I'm a fan of Johnny Manziel, but I don't think that he really wants to play based on what he's been doing. We've talked about that ad nauseum. And Von Miller, you just had the incredible MVP performance in the Super Bowl, new contract. I mean, you got it going on. You stumbled a while back, but you've recovered it in a big-time way, stumbling with the little drug situation you had. and you want to hang out and be roommates with Johnny Manziel? Buster Award. Buster Award to Von Miller. You got to be smarter than that, bruh. And you know what? Maybe at the end of the day, it's going to work out, and you're going to be good for Johnny Manziel and help him get his life together. Maybe Johnny Manziel, will get his life together, and y'all can help each other. I hope that's the goal, but that's not the bet to make. I wouldn't bet on anything positive coming from Von Miller, who clearly likes to party. I don't know how you could think anything good could come out of Von Miller and Johnny Manziel being, roommates, bunk buddies or whatever. Very, very interesting. I hope they can get it together, though. Hey, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read more of your chat before we get out of here, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget the Bottom to the Top show coming up in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned for that. From Annie, from Team Broadcasting, Railed. He says Rail. Oh, I don't understand what they're talking about there. Team Broadcasting, okay. From Uncle Mike. Oh, I see now. That's my man Togo, Uganda. What up, Togo? Uncle Mike says, my aunt's names are Gladys, Blanche, and Ruby. The trifecta. You, sir, are the winner. What? Oh. Wow. I mean, it's funny when you think about it. You got aunts, all three of your aunts. Now that I think about it, I think all three of my aunts got old school black lady names. Uncle Mike, who's from L.A., is representing from L.A., he says his aunts' names are Gladys, Blanche, and Ruby. So let me give you my aunts' names. That's classic, sir. That truly is a trifecta. I will give you credit for that. Let me give you the names of my aunts on my daddy's side, my daddy's sisters. I already told you I got an aunt. My Aunt Gertrude. She lives in New York City, been living in New York City for the last 50 years. Gertrude, her sister's name is Minnie Lee. You did hear me. Minnie, Minnie Lee. We call her Aunt Mimi. Real cool lady. Graduated from South Carolina State University, Delta. And then my other aunt who passed away this past year, you may have heard me talking about it, was my Aunt Alice. That's right. So Alice, Minnie Lee, and Gertrude. I think I can run with your Gladys, Blanche, and Ruby, sir. Yeah. Names are definitely like a trending thing. Could you imagine any 21, 22-year-old girl today naming her daughter Eunice, Ruby, Gladys, Blanche, Ethel, Esther, Ida, Bernice, Lily, Gertrude, Minnie Lee, or Alice? No, I'm going to bet that not one child has been given that name in the last 20 years. Or those names. Funny. Absolutely funny. From Al the Bandit, my aunts are Mabel, Maddie, okay, and Lula Bell and Laureen. Yeah. From Jarvis J, my uncle's wife's name is Minnie. Yeah. Esther and her sisters on Sanford and Son. You remember Esther and her sisters on Sanford and Son? You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. When Esther and her sisters roll up, man, it was going to be some trouble. From that ninja, diabetes has taken out as many ninjas as the police choochie. They're having some geopolitical, social conversation in the chat room. That's fine. From Loose Neck T-Dug's side, Von Miller making sure he keeps his weed man close. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like, where's your agent at to step in and say, man, you don't need to be hanging out with Johnny Manziel, bro. You got enough problems of your own. And Johnny Manziel's representative, who is now Rosenstein, now out of Miami. You sure you want to be hanging out? Y'all might be cool, y'all might be boys, but you probably don't need to be hanging around Von Miller, Johnny. I mean, both of their representatives should be telling them that this isn't a good match. It's just not a good match. From Jarvis J, Loose Neck, laugh out loud. I had twin aunts, Fannie Mae and Patty Mae. That sounds like those sisters on The Simpsons. Aren't their names Patty and something else? They talk like this. Oh, Homer. Yeah, that's classic old school names. How do we even get talking about old school names today? If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, that's kind of how it goes down. Sports, guy talk, fun talk, and sometimes we'll just get all off track and start talking about old lady black people names. Sometimes it bees like that. Oh, my gosh. It bees like that. Hey, thank you so much for tuning into the Doug Stewart Show, man. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shouts out to my man Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Bassan, Gerald Oliveri, engineers to the show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, there would be no me. Baller Award, once again. And a thank you to my man Pink Gator for this hot-ass track. Shouts out to you, Gator. All right, man. I'm telling you, the fastest 2 hours of sports and entertainment coming up next. The bottom to the top show right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. You don't have to go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll do this again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.